Oh dear. Right. Brilliant. Fantastic. Here we go. Now, I didn't expect any deliveries with this being a bank holiday. Plus, I know it's a Saturday, but I didn't expect any deliveries with it being a bank holiday. I thought that it was going to be all the same poof. But anyway, the old postwoman has just turned up and given me this package. I've opened it up because I didn't know what it was until I looked just in there briefly like that, and I saw that it was that new master cylinder that I had ordered for the other bit for the pit bike. Now, hopefully this will fit what we got here. This is what we've got. Comes in a little package. It's a number 189 master cylinder, 8mm. So, with any luck, I must point out this is the wrong size one. The right size one is on the bike. But I gave this was on eBay because it was the only place I could find these. I couldn't find them anywhere. This is unbelievable. I'm very disappointed, I must say. But anyway, I looked on eBay. The picture looked like it was the right size. So I messaged the seller and I gave him the dimensions of not this one, but the one that actually is the right one. I gave him the dimensions of the whole thing. And I said, I only want this part, but I'll buy the whole lot. Can you just tell me if this little thing here is to these dimensions? And he said yes. So, fingers crossed, we've got the part we need. And then I'll just have a master cylinder, I'll just have a spare one. So, now I can tell straight away it ain't the bloody right size. Look at that. That is ridiculous. What is the matter with these people? That's the same size as this bloody one. This is ridiculously stupid. I can't understand that people can't get some simple measurements right. What is going on? I don't understand, unless they've sent me the wrong one. Because in the picture, this whole master cylinder here, this whole thing, was a lot smaller, like my one. I'm going to do a comparison. I'm going to show you the difference now because no one seems to understand. Since my last video on this, I've been chatting with people on the forums and they've all been going, they're the same. And I've even put pictures up on the forum to show that they're not the same. That is smaller. They're not understanding. I can't get into my head unless I'm imagining it, but I ain't. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, stay there for a minute. I'm going to jump cut in a minute and we'll have a look. I'm going to make sure they have sent me the right one. If they have, I'm going to do a comparison and show you lot the difference. Right, here we go. It seems I am right. Look at the size of this. Yes, get that into your little heads. There we go. And then look at the size of that one in this picture. It's totally different. And that is looks like the right size. If we go over here, it's a hell of a lot fatter. So their picture in their picture is totally different to the actual one. So I'm gonna have to message them now and say you've sent me the wrong bloody one. It ain't no good, man. This is why some people are just ridiculous. Right, because of people's incompetence, I've just emailed them. Well, I sent them a message through eBay to say you've sent me the wrong bloody one. It's clearly different. I'm sure you'll agree. It's clearly different to the photos. I'll show you physically in person now the difference. But you can see that the photo is very different to the one they've actually sent me. It might be an 8mm banjo bolt, but I wanted the one in the photo. I went to the photo. The photo is the one I wanted. So you can't have a photo of something that's wrong, can you? And sell that as wrong. I won't do that. If I'm selling something, I have a photo of the actual item. So that is clearly a smaller clamp and a smaller reservoir, and it is a whole completely different setup altogether. There's nothing the same there. It's all completely different. You know, so let's go and have a look at my actual one. So as you can see here, I've got a very small reservoir there and a very small clamp. This is what I want. I don't want a great big bloody huge one like that. That's not going to work, is it? Hey? I mean, I could swap this whole thing over, but that's not the point. I don't want to swap this whole thing over. I'm not a person who just gives in easily. I don't want to swap this over. That little one there is nice because the throttle goes there, and if you put this great big one there, it ain't going to work. So I don't want this. I want the little, nice little one like that. Everyone on the forums is like, they don't do little ones. I even sent them a picture. They do. And also, I do believe it wasn't supposed to have any electrical hookups for any brake lights, whereas this one's got an electrical hookup for a brake light, so they've definitely sent me the wrong one. Never mind, it's the way things go. Hopefully they'll just replace it and send me the right one, and then we can just get on with our lives. So while I wait for a telefication unit call from AirTech to find out whether I'm going to get my car today or not, I'm just going to have a little sort out in here again. This is supposed to be the RC room. I started making it into a bit of an RC room, but then it just got overtaken by these radios again, so I'm just going to have a bit of a sort out and see what I can do.
The 8-track and the whatever, I don't know what it's, but when you say 72, I don't know. I got lost. I got lost, mate. Yeah, I don't know, a bit before your time. Well, I'm laughing really as well, because I've had mine. And mine was white slice, 2 eggs, couple of bacon, 3 sausages, baked beans, hash browns, the 2 slices of bread and a cup of tea. So there you go, I've had mine. You must have a one for mine, mate, because that's why I get all that. Proper, mate. Fucking cutty stones a lot. Scottish engine, Glasgow region. Right, listen here, chaps, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm laughing, I'm way over my breath, happy Easter to you both. Okay, so I'm got you now. Yeah, we'll see you back where you're back, Benny, and it's all finished now. I didn't get a chance for a call out this morning, just had a banana. You know.
A few people on the old 1.9 had a bit of a chat. But I've had a bit of a sort out, and I've got some stuff that I'm going to go and list up on the old eBay in a minute. Now, I don't like eBay, but it's because you have to pay. But at the moment, they're doing a thing where I don't have to pay anything just for Easter. So I'm going to list everything as quick as possible. And I got this full length 102 feet wire that's never been used. So I'm going to put that up for an auction and try and get rid of that. I've got this. What is this one? It's a York JCB 861 with a microphone. Uni-Ace microphone for some reason is on that one. That should be on that one. Oh well. Anyway, that's going to go for sale. We got this one here that's going to go up for sale. Whatever this is. That thing. And then we got the Uni-Ace 100. That's going to go up for sale. In fact, I'll probably put that microphone back on that one. But they're all going to be on eBay. If you're interested, they might well be sold by the time this video goes live actually. But if you're interested, just drop a comment, and if I've still got it, we can make a deal. Sweet. Oh my god! All the donuts have gone! What's happening? There used to be donuts in this packet, but now they've gone. Where have they gone? Oh, here we go. Different day now. It's now Easter Sunday. Oh, brilliant. Now, we're going to do a few things. Going to have a look at the old KX to see if we can fix the old suspension on the KX. But before I do that, I've got to tidy up a little bit of a mess. We've got this Dyson here that I'm going to pack up and put in the skip. And then I'll make room and we'll get the KX in here. Well, I think I've come to the conclusion that the old shock here needs to be recharged. Probably got no nitrogen in it, or whatever they put in them in these old ones. I'm sure it's nitrogen. Anyway, it's probably not got anything in it because I think it's also broken because no matter how much you turn that one in, as far as I'm aware, this is slightly different to the one that I used to have. I haven't looked on the RM actually, but on the one I had on the 450 it was different. It had a nut and a screw. But I think that screw is for the sort of low speed suspension, and then you turn this big outer one with 2 things I haven't got a tool for to adjust your high speed, and then you've got your rebound which is underneath I believe. But I've been trying to adjust the low speed because what it is, it's extremely soft and we want to stiffen it up a bit. The adjustment rings are all the way down compressing that spring as much as possible, so that's not the problem. Something to do with this shock. I'm fairly convinced that this is broken, so I'm probably going to have to do something about that. Have a look on eBay, see if I can find a replacement whole unit, the whole shock, spring a lot. That might do the trick. But also the front forks have had it as well. Now the adjusters are underneath. Underneath here there's like an Allen bolt that you just do up. Clockwise should stiffen them up, anti-clockwise should loosen them up. But I've done both sides up as tight as they'll go. They should be bloody stiff at the moment, but they're not. They're all the way like, well, they haven't really made any difference. They're still really, really soft, which isn't what we want really. So look at that, I'm not even really putting any weight on. And look how far down they go. That's no good. It's no good at all. And that's not how you want that. You want it to be, well, you want it to be stiff so that when you sit on it, not a lot really happens. It just sort of stays. That's how I like it anyway. Everyone likes their suspension different, that's why it's adjustable. So I think I've come to that conclusion, so that's that out of the window for today. Adjusting the suspension. I have managed to pump the front tyre up though. I've realised the front tyre's a bloody brand new one. Brand new Dunlop tyre on there we've got, which is alright. Everybody loves a bit of Dunlop. Where's it gone? There it is. Dunlop. The rear one is a little bit worn because the people who had it before me, they rode it on the road. Well, I say me, this ain't my bike. We all know it's not my bike, don't we, eh? We're currently in the market for a full set of fairings for this bike, if anyone's got a full set of fairings for this bike. Currently looking for them. We've obviously got the side one. What we want is we want the number plate, the front mud guard, the two rear side ones, and the rear mud guard, and the little thing, the protective thing that goes down to protect the shock, that, you know, the thing that goes in the middle there. If anyone's got any of those and you want to sell them, please get in touch, because we'll definitely buy them off of you, as long as they're in good condition and not damaged or anything, because we want to restore this bike to be as close to being original as possible. They're also after an original seat. If anyone's got an original seat, that would be brilliant. I believe this is an 89, but it doesn't matter, as long as it fits and as long as it's from the relevant year, around 89, that sort of year, and it'll fit on. That's brilliant, we'll have that. So if anyone's got any of that, please put it in the comments, and we'll arrange somehow to send pictures over, and we'll see what happens. I was having a look and I've just realised it's very rare that any bike still has that little perch thing for the clutch lever, for the clutch cable. On any old bike that I've ever come across, they've just been completely snapped off and they've had some kind of one jerry-rigged on. Like my RM, that's got a jerry-rigged one on. The KX250, the 1990 KX250 that I had about 10 years ago, that I foolishly sold, that was snapped off, and I had to make one out of steel and jerry-rig one on. This has got the original one. It's remarkable. I've never seen an old bike with that before. I've got to get some exhaust springs, got to put them on there. I have noticed as well, I think I mentioned it in the original video, but at one point someone's loved this bike because they've obviously cracked the case and they've re-welded it up there. So at one point someone loved this bike. It's definitely had a full rebuild, that's for sure. Well, not a full rebuild, but it's had some sort of rebuild. So, but I'm yet to give it a ride. I'm yet to ride it. It'll be interesting to give it a ride and see what it actually rides like. But slowly restoring it, I suppose. Slowly getting there. I've got to pay a bit of attention to the back brakes, apparently, because my mate who owns it, he was taking it apart, and apparently the back brakes need doing. I don't think they do. The chain adjuster's all the way out, so it does need to have a new chain on it, but for the time being that chain will be alright. But apparently the back brakes need a bit of attention, so we'll have a look at those. It might be something to do with there's no fluid in the reservoir, so we'll have a look at that. Put a bit of fluid in there, bleed them, and see what happens. That's the first thing you should check, the fluid. If your brakes ain't working, check the fluid, man, because that's the first thing that you should check. If there's no fluid in there, you could go and change all the pads and everything and find out that it weren't them in the first place. It was a bloody fluid.